Hi fam, join me as we go view this property that is currently available in the UK. So this is what the vicinity looks like. This is the surrounding. So now we are at the apartment and this is the entrance. You can see it's quite a neat one. So once you get into the apartment, the first thing you'll be faced with is a staircase that leads to other rooms in the apartment. And this is a door on the right hand side that leads to the living room. But let's shut the door first so that we can patiently go and view each and every part of the rooms. So this is the door that leads to the living room, as I said earlier. And once you go in, you get into the living room and straight ahead into the kitchen. We'll come back to see the living room. And this is the kitchen. The kitchen is actually a good size, and we'll still come back also to patiently look at every detail in the kitchen. But first, what I want to show you is the garden. If you're renting an apartment in the UK and you've got kids, it's very important for you to rent an apartment that has got a garden, and I'll tell you why. One of the things that I was faced with when I first of all got to the UK is neighbors always complaining about my kid stomping and disturbing them, having arguments and all those kind of things. And you want to save yourself that energy. This garden is actually a good size. I mean, it is a big one. So you can have your parties, your birthday parties, your naming ceremony. You can have a bouncy castle there for your kids to play during summer. I mean, you can do a whole lot and save yourself money going to rent a hall. It also have a storage where you can put things that you don't regularly use. It also has a door that leads outside in case you don't want to use the main entrance to get into the property. So this actually is a good one for me. Now let's go to the kitchen to see what the details of the kitchen is. And currently in UK, you hardly get a kitchen that's got white goods. I don't know what is wrong with people in the UK currently, So, and this kitchen is actually a good size. It's got a fridge, it's got a washing machine, it's got the gas cooker, it's got the a microwave, and the cabinet is actually a good size. As you can see, it's something that you can be able to put your food, your things. This is the extractor, the hair extractor and the lights, and then you also have another storage. So it has quite a number of storage, and it's a neat one. And the fridge is also a good size for a family. So that's the fridge. Let's see what the freezer looks like. So the freezer also have 3 compartments, which is enough for you to store things. I mean, you hardly have properties, like I said, that have all these things in already in. And it also have a small dining table, for newly wedded couple or the small size couple. I mean, you have the dining table. And also let me show you something too that you hardly get in most property. Wow, it has a visitor's toilet, and it's quite a neat one. So it doesn't have a bathroom, so I'm assuming this is a visitor's toilet, right? So let's go and see what the other details are. And as soon as you step out, so the kitchen actually leads to the living room. We'll come back to see what the living room looks like. Let's just go and see what they've got upstairs. So there's a toilet downstairs. So I want to assume there's another toilet upstairs, because that toilet downstairs is for a visitor's toilet. I think I saw that when I was searching online for the house, but just so that we can be sure. So what I like again is that, as you can see, every part of the apartment is furnished. Okay, that's the toilet, but we'll come back to it. Let's go and see one of the bedrooms first. So this is the master's bedroom. As you can see, the house is actually furnished. You can see you have curtains, you have a bit of a decor, you have a bed already there. So it's a good one for anyone who is coming in from abroad. It's a place where you just come in, then you just bring your luggage, and then at least you can still be there. You settle in there, then you can now start buying your own type of decor, because it might not be your taste. You just decorate the place, the apartment, to suit your taste. You understand? So once you step out of the room, you're faced with the toilet. But let's see what the other rooms look like first. So this is the second room. So I call it the kids room, right? It's quite a good size too, not bad. It's also furnished, as you can see. There's a bed there, there's a single bed there, and the size is actually good. And one thing I like about the place, this room again, is that it got a wardrobe. So at least once you just move in at first, you can still use this wardrobe, and the wardrobe is even a modern one, right? So you can put your property there. It's quite a big size. I mean, it's a good size wardrobe. So you can put your things in there first and manage this place for a while, depending when you will now order for your own wardrobe and set it up in the room, or kind of just decorate, do your own interior for the room, but it's just a place where you can move into and conveniently stay for someone who is coming from abroad. And also, as you can see, just by one step you're into the bathroom and the toilet. So, and the toilet actually also have a kind of storage where you can put your toiletries. As you can see, it's a good size, you know. The bathroom is also a good size and it's quite neat, you know. So once you're out to use the staircase and you go downstairs. So what I like about this apartment is that it's quite neat. The last occupant just moved according to the agent and they've not even cleaned the place. So let's look at what the living room looks like now, finally. So this is the living room. And it's not for me, the living room is not a big living room, but it's also a good size, at least for a small family or for a startup family, you understand. So, and the good thing is that the sofa, the coffee table or the center table is actually going to be there. It comes with the apartment. Every decor you're seeing comes with the apartment. So it's a good size. It's somewhere you can just start from, and you can say again back to the kitchen. That's the toilet I showed you earlier, the visitor's toilet. So now that we have viewed the apartment, if you are interested in renting an apartment in the UK, I would advise you listen to her because she's going to tell us what you need to do after viewing the apartments. Okay, so what do you do now if they want to move in? Okay.
If you are interested, you need to call the office. We'll ask who'd be moving in, how soon you want it, are you working, how are you going to pay. We'll then give all that information to the landlord. They'll then decide who they want. If they proceed with yourself, we'll then send application forms.
Okay.
Once they've been signed, we'll ask for a holding deposit fee of a week's worth of rent. That'll secure the property and then we'll take it off the market. We'll then put you on referencing, which is done by a third party called Let Alliance. That's their process, so that takes 2 weeks roughly. We'll then, after that, once you've passed, we'll send a tenancy agreement and then you can move in after that.
Wow. That's a long process, actually. It's a long process.
It is just the referencing that takes the 2 weeks. The first section of it, like signing forms and paying, we do usually ask to do that in a day or two, max 2 days. Just so then we can get you on the referencing and then that's what takes the time. Is that okay?
Okay. So that's it. Thank you for joining me to view this accommodation. So if you are currently in your country and you're planning to relocate to the UK and you're thinking about how to go about searching for houses from your country, I'll be sharing a video after this video on tips on how to search for accommodation from your country and to successfully get one. Things to look out for, how to go about it, sites to go to and everything. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.